Hello there, I'm Arturo Serna, and in this channel I talk about cello. I play pieces from the repertoire and share what I have learned over the years with anyone who wants to learn. For more content you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can also put in requests for what you want to see in future videos. On those lines, I want to say hello to Simon, who joined my YouTube channel recently. To you, Simon, I say salute. Now, this video has 3 parts. Part 1, placing the cello to play. Part 2, the very first thing I do when I'm going to play my cello. And part 3, sound production for each string. As mentioned in my first video, when placing the cello, the C string peg should be roughly at the same height of your left ear. The right knee should be placed at the side of the cello box, and the left knee should be slightly behind the box when playing on the A string. When playing on the lower strings, on G and C, we can place the left knee at the side of the instrument. This applies especially for people like me with shorter legs and arms. If you are a player with longer legs, you can easily place your knees at the side of the instrument. Part 2. The very first thing I do when I play my cello is ta-da! Open strings. And I do this for 2 reasons. The first one is to tune my cello, and the second one is to refresh the feeling of how playing on each individual string is. That takes us to part 3, sound production for each string. Now, if we look at our 4 strings, look at the 4 strings of your cello now, we immediately realize one thing, that they all have different thickness. That has a massive implication when playing with our bow. In fact, I reached the conclusion that we need a sort of individual technique for each string. So, I invented or stumbled upon what I decided to call support points. For the A string, we can energize the first finger. The A string is a very bright string, and if we overpower it, it can sound rather unpleasant. Of course, when playing very loud passages, we can energize other support points in the right arm. This takes me to the D string. On the D string, we need to energize the wrist. It is thicker than the A string, so we will need slightly more weight. The G string is even thicker than the A and D string. Therefore, we need to use a stronger support point. I use the elbow. Additionally, we need to slow down the bow. Otherwise, if we play with a very fast bow on the G string, we will produce a sound that is weak. The C string requires few additional tricks to make it sound beautifully. For starters, the support point is the bicep. And don't worry, I'm not going to tell you that you have to lift weights or work out or anything like that. By energizing this area, the string instantly gains clarity, projection, and beauty without major need of overpressing with the bow. Another particularity of playing on the C string is that the direction of the bow is different from the one required on the other 3 strings. We need to twist the right hand slightly downward and backward. We can do this with the help of the wrist. All this in order to adopt the right direction for the bow. When playing on a down bow, we should feel as if we are pulling this sound out from the instrument. On the other side of the coin, when playing on an up bow, we should feel as if we're pushing the sound away from the instrument, away from the string. While the bow moves mostly from right to left on A, D and G strings, on the C string we should gently pull and push backward and forward. In a future video I will talk about the suitable direction of the bow for each individual string. But for now, that's it. If you found this video useful, please do like and subscribe. And lastly, don't forget to practice only on the days that you eat or brush your teeth. And with that I say, have a good practice.